Get everything together. I'm a little late this morning. Greetings, all my dreamers and dreamettes. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Okay, good morning, all my peoples out there. It's Friday. We got to get this energy up, but I got a lot of things to bring to the table. I don't know where my energy is gonna go today, but it's just gonna go. Okay, let's just set it off with a few things that I've seen in the media, in the news that I found very it's kind of tricky out there to understand, and I broke a few things down, and I want to present it to you guys. Now, we're seeing a lot of at Taylor Swift's concerts. We're seeing a lot of like threats and a lot of like actions being put in place for her safety. And what I want to say is, what people are not realizing, it's how people look at America that these situations happen. People look at America as if they put their celebrities in these political places and they use celebrities for the promotion. So when other places look, the enemies of us, they're going to target celebrities because they feel like celebrities are the people that we look up to. So mixing the entertainment with the political stuff is not a good mix. Using it for promotion is one thing, but when these people go out to their concerts and they have these crazy people out there, you never know what can happen. There's people just out here losing their minds and they have weapons. They have weapons, you guys. So I just wanted to put that out there, let you guys know it's the look of how people look at us, and it's crazy. Hold on, let me just I just got to do one thing. Wait 1 second. Cause I'm a little late today, you guys. I'm a little late. I'm a little late today, but we're gonna get through it. I got a few things to do, and I'm just gonna put the word out there and just do my dippity, and you guys can check it out when you check it out. You dig? Okay, so NBA YoungBoy, he's facing. I guess this is another federal gun charge in the drug fraud case, and it looks like they're stacking charges on top of charges on top of charges. I'm telling you, when them people's got you, they got you, man. There's nothing you can do about it. Trying to wiggle your way out. I feel like the first chance that he got to stay inside of his home and use that like as as his own little prison was the best move for him. But when you overstep that boundary and you start adding drugs into play and social media is in the mix, you could find yourself in back in the same space that you started from. So I don't know, man. I feel like he has to find his discipline some way, somehow. But prison is not the best place to be doing those type of things, especially as a person that's talented like that and has the ears of so many people. Him changing his life in front of the people's eyes can be a benefit to his fans and everybody that looked up to him. But if he doesn't have that mindset, then he could just be destruction to everybody. So I don't know where his mindset is at, but I definitely know them federales and all them people. They ain't trying to let him go. So you know, shouts out to NBA YoungBoy, man. Life is a learning lesson, and he just keep going through it. Kevin Gates. So I know you guys seen the Kevin Gates when he punched the guy. I guess you could say cloud chaser, content creator, however you want to look at it. In these times, I just want to tell you guys, in these times, man, you can't just be running up on any old body and thinking that whether it's a joke, whether you're doing filming something for some footage, kind of you gotta, if it's gonna be, you kind of have to have some kind of format of script in the let people know what you're doing, because people have anxiety, and it's not, people have weapons, especially all over the place. Everybody has weapons, so you don't want to just go out there and just try to jump and surprise somebody, because it could have got really bad for you. And if you was a fan of Kevin Gates, you would have known how to approach him. So I do feel like Kevin Gates was right on that. Like, not saying that he was right for hitting you, but just saying he was right on just making sure defending himself and letting you know that the next time, you try to approach him, just be a fan. Fans know the artists that they represent. They know, like, if you're a fan of, let's just say, Jay-Z or something, and you're not gonna run up on Jay-Z in the street. Maybe some people just crazy will, but you're not just gonna run up on him just because of how he presented himself. He's not like overly everybody coming let's for a group hug. It's more like, you say what's up, good in passing, and that's it. Some people, some fans take it a little too far, and some people are out there just trying to get content, and it's just for like for their own benefit as well. It helps both parties, but at the same time, kind of structure what you're doing in these times, because picking up a camera and putting it in everybody's face is not always gonna lead to a good situation for that person. All I got to say on that one. But thank God that it was only a little hit, nothing crazy, and you can move on. But it's just a life lesson. Like, don't just run up on people just because you're a content creator, whatever you're doing, with the camera in their face. People have their own problems, and more problems they don't need. Man. I'm seeing that. Look, when it comes to music, I really wanted to dig into this. We're gonna do a little talking this morning, man, because it seems like the artists that from the past that had some kind of worth of value to their music are the ones that their catalogs and everything is just being like spread all over the place, and their families are not even the ones getting it. And it's sad because I'm looking at I'm seeing here that Michael Jackson's estate is to sell his catalog to Sony for 600 million. It just goes to show you that these are the things that makes people wonder about the whole music business. When you finish your body of work, and I'm not saying that the contracts, whatever contracts you might have signed, but I do feel like people should look into just having more ownership of their work, no matter what you do, whether it's music or whatever, because people are take your when you go or you pass away or something should ever happen to you, God forbid, people are taking your catalog and splitting it up and feeding their families with your hard work. It's something that in the music business that they need to turn around. I just I seen an article saying that how Method Man said he never got paid for a stream, and I thought to myself, Wu Tang, Method Man, this is crazy. These are the artists with value. These are the artists that made hip hop what it is today. And now we see like they just taking all that hard work and they're just putting it in places and using that these stock things to benefit themselves. I don't know if it's anybody's contracts, but what I could say when it comes to that whole streaming situation, that thing is a highway robbery. It's a robbery, and people know this. I feel like if you really want to take control, you know what people. I feel like a lot of artists, when when they go the independent route, they start to see that they don't have the push of the record label. And I'm gonna tell you the difference. See, the record label, they have the stream farms and things set up in place, and they're boosting numbers and making you look good and giving you these looks. But that's one thing. But you know the price that you're paying for that, your masters and everything that you work hard for in the future, they're taking. So if you look on your side, what you have, everybody that comes to you on that direct sale will be the your true fans and your true customers. No matter how many people say, "Oh, he only sold this amount," this hip hop has a way of like looking at numbers before the talent. And it's a sad thing. You can have a great body of work, and just because it might not touch the ears of everybody, people in hip hop deem it to be okay. It's not as good as we thought. No, you didn't even listen to it. The people that listened to it appreciated it. So when you look at numbers and you figure it out that way, you tend to see the numbers that's coming directly to you. Those are going to be your real, truthful fans. Who wouldn't want that? That's the reason why people, you see some numbers are in the, see, people want the shine of, oh, he hit the number one on Billboard, or he did the number one this, number one that. But all those number ones, after a while, you start realizing if he was number one and he was number one and she was number one and she was number one, why don't I hear some of these people's music? It's because those are number one and marketed. So be truthful and go into, I figure, go the independent route so you can have all your money come to you, and there has to be a way where you can figure out of ownership of your whole, of your whole masters, everything. Now Rock Nation, they have a new distribution type of site. I would say kind of like I believe Papoose had, he was working at I don't know the name of it, but he was working for another, another site that gets your music all around the place. And I don't know. I don't know if that is the. I'm not gonna say is it the route to go or not route to go, but I would say just go strictly independent, because I've so quickly I see they have a top artist already, and I'm like, if they just dropped the site, how do they already have a top artist? It looks kind of like the people that's gonna be submitting their music will be helping that number one artist out. Maybe somebody will get picked. Never know what's people's intentions, but it just seemed weird that they already have an artist in place. So I would just say do it yourself and build your own the way you want to do it. Take your time and you'll get there, because it's not like a hard feat anyway. The music that we hear on the radio, the music, some of the stuff that we hear is not even, it's not like it's even a challenge to you should have feel like there's a challenge to top that type of music. You just should. The only challenge you should have right now is just being your authentic self, and taking away all the nonsense that they covered you with, and then you'll be fine. So a lot of people they still in that stuck in that moment where they feel like they want to present their perfect self, and that's cool. But the way times are going, you can see this in politics, you can see this in entertainment. People are they're shedding that fake stuff off, and I'm seeing it daily that people are more concentrating on the things that really matter in life. So if you want to stay in that position of, you think you have people confused, or you think you have people fooled by who you are, you're going to be surprised, very, very surprised to see that people on the daily are wisening up and they're not falling for the nonsense. Let me see what else we got here. There's so many things that we can get through to. I just wanted to chop it up with you guys because people have been up to some nonsense. Lately on social media, you'll see a lot of people. I feel like there is a little pullback on people. People are starting to see the fake a little bit more, and I see the people that's planning to live their fake life. They're a little pulling back off the internet. But look, let me tell you something, man. Stop trying to fool the people. If it's something that you want to push out to the people, if it's you and your true self, put it out to the people. But don't just try to take all the time, because you end up taking from yourself. You end up knocking out all the fans that once supported you. You know how many artists right now are scared to tell people that their concerts only have about 10 people in the seats? But it's because you lost your connection with your fans. And not everybody's concerts has to be the highest and tickets and things like that. It shows that, but the money that you made is not enough for you, and you're still charging people in a time where people don't even know if tomorrow will be their next job. You're charging these high price tickets to these people. It's like, wake up. You're not connecting with the people right. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's not the music. Maybe it's just your connection with reality that's dropping your sales and putting you in a place where you feel like you're not being looked at like how you once was. Take a look into how you treat people, because all of this stuff is gonna, and that's how you, if you feed yourself by entertaining people, well then entertain people. Don't just sit there and entertain yourself with this nonsense and put up this figure, because people are not buying into that. So if you want to put out these concerts, just make sure you understand what's going on and how people are taking it. And the cities that you visit, don't put the prices all the way high. Certain cities you might have to drop the price a little bit because they might not have as much. People don't think for other people. They only think for their pocket and themselves. So that's why you have to really pay attention about who's the artists out there that really want to get their messages out there heard, and really want to put that good music out and don't want to rob the people. There's a lot of artists just robbing the people, and people are not going for it. On the playlist, I got a few songs I'll talk to you guys about, but I haven't been listening too much of music like that. I've been more just getting myself together with more, just looking into new things and things like that. I'll be honest with you, I haven't really been jamming out like that with the playlist stuff. Another lawsuit going around is the O.J. Simpson estate, and it's like they're saying it's a financial crisis, and they're auctioning off his assets, and it's to pay up to $100 million. $100 million. I mean, like, it's kind of like, if you don't have your this right, you don't have this right, and you only have this. Eventually, you're gonna lose it, because people are not realizing that these debts are living out longer than these people, and they're gonna be paid, whether with assets, whatever you have left that you thought you was leaving back to somebody. They're taking that stuff and they're cashing out. They are cashing out, man. They are cashing out, man. Pay attention to the things you do and stop buying a whole bunch of stuff, because all of those stuff, every time you buy all that stuff, it all needs maintenance. And maintenance could take all of the last you have trying to keep up with whoever you feel on social media is, whoever you looking at and feel like you want to get to a certain point. Whatever you're doing to throw you a little bit of pennies that you have saved away, stop doing it. And realize in these times, people are more in tune with just doing the right things with their money. If you're not on that and you're just still up here, you got the money to your ear and stuff, well, that's cool. But just I'm hoping that money, when you have it to your ear and you lose your home, it'll be a pillow outside when you got to sleep outside, and realize the realities of life. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, and it's some things that I just see people. I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna watch this person again. They are lost. They are too lost for me to even go back to have some kind of understanding of this person. I just let them go. Just let them go. I have two new videos out, you guys. You guys got to check it out right after this. Let me see. I'm gonna. Well, one of them, it's that August Alsina whole situation. You know, him coming out on TV on a reality show, and I'm like, isn't this the same guy? He he jumped into the marriage of Will Smith and Jada. Whatever he had going on, sleeping with whoever he was sleeping with over there, who knows? And then now he comes out with this new thing. It's like all of these things that people don't realize, these are deception. These are sneaky people. These are people that they hide things and they hurt people, and they expect people to be like, oh, I didn't know. Look, dog, we didn't know anything about what. So, and then he presents himself like it would have been a problem. How would we know? The last time we seen you, you was breaking up. You was in the middle of breaking up a marriage. Like, what do you want people to do? I think this whole industry, a lot of people are lost and they don't know that hurting other people, they're doing it in people's face. I won't even be surprised if allegedly he's on the Diddy's list. I won't be surprised. Be honest with you guys. I would not be surprised at all. Because the things that I've been seeing and the people that I'm starting to realize these people are not who they say they are. And I knew this for a while, but certain people that I felt like, damn, you would really try to put on that costume and try to be this. It's a mess. It's a mess. I try not to pay attention to that stuff because every day is something new. It's something new. Low hanging fruit, man. Low hanging fruit when you're dealing with that. Another home invasion. So they took 26 pairs of shoes from Penny Hardaway's home, and it was in a home invasion. I mean, like, and I'm pretty sure I'm not even gonna. I'm not. It's most. I don't. It's most likely California or L.A. You know, L.A. That happened, and breaking into somebody's house to snatch up their shoes. Now I know Penny Hardaway. You know, dope player, the guy with all the white whips. But to jump in his house and snatch up his shoes and run out, you think that's worth it? Like, what are we doing here? The sneaker stocks are going down. It's not even about what you grabbing the sneakers for what? So you can sell them back. He's gonna know the ones that's stolen. I mean, come on, y'all. It's not even worth it. I've seen so many different smash and grabs going around. They had this on the news. They had, I think it's Detroit. These guys crashed into a gun store and they didn't even know that the gun store, they put the guns back up, you know, in the safe or whatever before. They have to do that every night before they close out. So they didn't get anything. So they grabbed up a couple, like, I guess whatever was around, you know, like maybe a couple shotgun bullets and some whatever, you know, little things that were around. And it's like, y'all didn't even have a plan. Y'all only have no structure. Y'all just stealing the steal. That's the type of thing that's going to land you in jail for the rest of your life. I also put up another video on how AI is fighting crime. And this video is crazy, you guys. They're talking about how the new prison systems are gonna be, and how they're gonna, you know, how you could do 25 to life, and they can put something in your. They're messing with your mind, putting things in your mind where you fall asleep, and when you wake up, it's kind of like they comatose you, and it makes you feel like you didn't spend that much time. You don't even know if you're gonna wake up if that you wake up in somewhere else. You don't even know. So the things that they have set out just to capture criminals and the new laws being in place because of AI and all of the technology that's coming in, it's not even worth it doing the crimes. The time that you're getting for these crimes are being doubled and tripled because we're seeing that the ages are getting younger and younger, and if they don't put the time up, by the time they get to teenage years, they're into the same crime. So they're arresting them, putting them in juvie, and they'll live through their adulthood in prison. The crimes that they're doing, it's crazy. I seen in I believe it was New York, a moped. It was the Bronx. A moped drives by and grabs like a lady's purse. She falls on the floor, hurts herself, and he just drives off her purse. It's like people are down bad. People are down bad. And it's not, they don't even know that they're not as down bad as they think. But just because they worship all of these material things and they worship all these people on social media, it makes them feel like they're not even worth nothing. So they're trying to go match up with all these people. steal clothes and stuff, put the clothes on only for a day or two because they look at the people that get free clothes and they feel like they gotta have new clothes every single day. Don't know how to put themselves together, and then next thing you know, they end up landing themselves in prison. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. You could just tell people that's driven by material stuff. They minds it. It's just low tier stuff. They got the logos all over them, but they ain't worth nothing. They don't know. They don't even know the value of anything. It's the truth and it's sad. But they be the first to tell you, oh no, I could tell you, back in the day when this polo and this came out, when did that stock rise in '85? When did that stock rise? When did he start that business? They can't tell you none of that. All they can tell you, oh, he shot him in the left foot. It's like all that history that y'all putting up, it means nothing. It don't mean anything, yo. It don't mean anything. All it means is that you still lost in your mind. You have no focus. What you paying attention to is probably other dudes and a whole bunch of other nonsense that people be doing out there. It's crazy. And it's sad that we gotta see on a Friday more people dying every single day, more and more people. It's like people are not paying attention. But I see the mothers crying though, and when them mothers cry, like I told you before, that echo will go through the world, and it's gonna shake more people than you think. Because them hearts still broken. People think that people just move on to the next social media post. No, in real life it don't happen like that. Them hearts are still broken, and people still want their justice for whatever happened to their family. I know I'm not gonna sleep if something happened to go down with my family. No, I'm out there, wherever I end up. That's not crash out. That's standing up for the people that you love and what you believe in. I refuse. It's not crash out. Crash out is when you're sleeping in front of the guy's house and you're waiting for that dummy. And I seen that the other day too. Like, I get this whole like, it's not, like reading people doesn't make you a psychic. What type of hood thinking is that? Reading people doesn't, it never made me reading people is how I navigated through life. It's not about reading people and being this psychic. I could tell you a lot of numbers. I'm not into that nonsense. This is how I navigated through life to make it up to this point. And if you don't know how to read people and know how to navigate yourself, you shouldn't be out there. And it's as simple as that. Life is not made for you to just be lollygagging around like it's things not happening. No, it's happening. It's going down. It's happening out here. And it can happen where you live too. So don't just fret your head like it's not gonna happen. It can happen to anybody. See, people that think it won't happen, that's when they show up at your front door. And you gotta pay attention to these people because those are the same people that ignore you if you had your hand out. Don't be fooled by these people. A lot of these people, especially we see it a lot in the entertainment business. They look down on the people the communities that they're from, and they could care too. They don't care about you. You have to care about you. I keep telling you that. Those guys, they already made their mistakes, and people like Diddy and those guys, they washed up. These guys' mistakes have caused them their legacy. And there's people out there in the entertainment that did the same mistakes as that man. Did the same thing to people, hurt people. Now, whether you think there's a price for that, or maybe you would have did it different and jumped out at a certain time, it's the same thing. When you start hurting people, your ending of your story is gonna be hurt. If you do good by people, none of this would have happened. People would have carried your name and they would have lived on. But time and time again, we see people make these same mistakes because really deep down inside, that's who you are. That's who you are. It's crazy. It's crazy. But on this Friday, I said, you know what? I got to get more designs. I'm working on something with the brand, but I have something else in mind that I want to. It's just it's like a whole new beginning. No, it starts now. It starts now. It starts now. For some people, you have to know how to sustain yourself through these times. If you can't sustain yourself through these times, man, it make no sense for you even to just do anything. It's just like you got to take whatever punch that comes towards you. Me, no, I'm dodging those and I'm throwing mine back. It is what it is. And if you keep the same mindset that I keep telling you guys and getting your mind set up to, you'll be straight. It's not every day that I'm out here and I feel like it's nothing jolly about me, you know? It's nothing jolly about me. I feel like my energy is always serious because life is serious for me. So it's like I'm always standing in that little middle line. It's like I use this to keep me balanced because that off balance could throw somebody off, you know? And that's what people are after right now. They're after this. They're after this. Protect this by any means possible, even if you got to put somebody in the hospital. Bars. But I mean, damn, man, it's sad out here. I see people out here losing their mind for a little piece of change. Get your life together, man, and stop worrying about this stuff that don't mean nothing. And stop talking about other people that you did the same mistakes as. That's another thing too. I see these people like it don't make sense. Don't be confused by these people. They tell you anything. They'll tell you anything to make themselves look good. You always got to remember that. If it's not in paper, if you don't feel that energy, then it ain't them. It ain't them. But I really want you guys to check it out. That's the reason why I put two evergreen ones out today. I know y'all catch up with it and the people will see it eventually. But pay attention. If you really want to pay attention to what's going on and really see what's going on out there. And I also think too, but let's take it back to the politics. I'm very happy that the energy is once in a place where it's not just talking down on people. Like Trump, he had this way of talking down on people and make it try to belittle people or just champion the low tier of the black culture. And yeah, the low tier of the black culture. That's the part of the culture that they choose violence to solve their problems. That's low tier. So they end up in these places and have to be brought back out of prison. They going back, brought back. It's like a tug of war. They on and off back. See, that's the problem, and that's the energy that we don't need in America. So I'm glad that it's some kind of fight going on in the politics, and now is a chance that things can be set to the right, you know. But that's the same type of energy. The same energy. That's why you see a lot of people in hip hop champion that man because they were used to that type of energy in the music and their daily day life. But only when they seen the biggest companies falling now, they knew better to know that they couldn't build up something as big as those people and their companies are falling. So they was in trouble now. They try to run back to the people. But the same people that they dissed and the same people that they looked down on, they never forgot what they said. But it's like, all right, I take it, but I remember you. People don't forget. It's like Kanye West trying to act like he's black again. It's common sense. People never forget. People never forget. You could swear you did a bunch for these million people, but that one person over there that you sexually abused is sitting in that corner crying. And when that story comes out, everybody's gonna turn their heads like, "What'd you say?" And that's just life. So no matter where you go, there you are. And you have to feel good about yourself. If you don't feel good about yourself in these times, it's because you've been a bad person or the past time. Get your mind right and get your vibes right. Stop hating on people. People don't want your money. It's not about just money this, money that. It's about how you treat people. The energy you put out there is the energy you get back. Don't cry when the energy you get back is too overwhelming for you to handle. That means that you put out the wrong energy. That means you said you was running your lips, lip wrestling, and then all that wrestling, it caught up with you. Remember that. Let me see what else is out. Let me see what's out there for the people though. It's Friday. I know y'all got plans for the weekend. Oh man. I don't even wanna. Mm-mm. It make no sense. That mistake has been made over and over again. So shouts out to DL Hughley though for putting out his apology. That was cool. That was cool. There's nothing wrong with apologizing. I feel if you feel like you said something or did something that you don't feel like you don't want to stand behind it anymore. Apologize. That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. The people that's gonna have a problem with that, they don't apologize to nobody and they don't pay attention to their wrongs. So don't pay no mind to them. Forget about them. Forget about them, man. This is no more the times of teaching people how to love you. This is more the times if you don't love me, just go. Just go. I don't have time to. You think? Come on now. People ain't got no time to be entertaining their own people on a regular basis. Just like get out of here, please. Before somebody get hurt. As far as Tyrese, man, let me tell you something. Especially when you're dealing with relationships, or you're dealing with marriage, or you and there's a baby involved, and once lawyers get involved in any divorces or anything, it's gonna get messy because you can't really you can't really get mad at a lawyer for doing what a lawyer does. A lawyer, if a lawyer wants to be the best lawyer, I'm pretty sure they have to have the best defensive skills, and they got to be able to combat everything, regardless if it's right or wrong. And that's their play on that job. But saying lawyers are devils and this and that, I don't know. Because are you the same person that speaks up when people go and they abuse people sexually in hip hop? And are you the same person say, no, just, we got to forgive him? Or are you the same person say, nah, you a devil for what you did? You a devil for what you stomped out that lady? Are you the same person? Because is the lawyer's job worse than that? Because the lawyer is going to be the same person that has to defend that person, that girl on the ground. So I think you got to understand where the energy goes and don't act it out. It's real life. What's happening to you is in real life in real time. You don't have to put on an act like you're more like holy than thou, or just be yourself. And she knows, who she met, and you know who you met. That's those situations always turn out messy. They always turn out messy. Divorces, bad breakups, all of that stuff. It is a mess. And if you don't have your life in order before all of that stuff goes down, that can lead you in a path of destruction. I'm talking about not wanting to go out there and do anything else. That's why I say have yourself together when you get into these situations, especially when there's a baby involved, because that thing could just take not only your time but the rest of your life. So that's just keeping it 100 with y'all. Like, don't just because you feel like a person is beautiful, or that's not. In these times, you have to really see a person's like they have to put like it's a whole resume you have to see. It's not about just looks. Looks is one thing, but how a person treats you. Did that person have maybe a crazy ex or anything that's gonna come into our situation as we working with now? Is that person like too into themselves? All of these traits, all of this stuff you have to look out for before you even jump in with these people, because these people have their mind set on if does that person worship money, so they display selfish traits about in the relationship. Like that's when these are the people that you have to look out for, that they're more worried about what's going to happen if it ends. Those are the people that's never going to be in good relationships, because they're more worried about the things that they have, like somebody coming in and taking what they have. And that's not what a relationship's about. You're supposed to be able to, the person that you let in, you're supposed to be able to trust them. But unfortunately, a lot of these people, they go into like just it's usually a sex thing. I can't call it for anybody. I don't know. I can't just say, oh, it was just about sex. But usually, it's usually cute face, just get us something to eat, sex. You go your way, I go my way. We'll get back up a few times, and it's over. It's not really spending time, quality time together to get to know that person from the inside before you just go out there and make it official. And it's usually like fastly driven into this whirlwind of divorce. It's like you tell a fairy tale and at the end it turns into like this horror story. It doesn't have to be that way. It's just you just got to know who you messing with. It ain't like back in the day where you had. I feel like back in the day you had more options than you have now. Being that social media has everybody in face doesn't necessarily mean you have more options. I see a lot of beautiful ladies on a day to day, but a lot of them I feel like I could never have a relationship with. I mean, it's just not my type. Maybe it's my type for entertainment purposes only, but when it comes to like really building something and seeing a future, I just never seen that with somebody online shaking their ass or just smiling in the camera for no reason. I just never seen that. I've seen more people look alike each other and want to look like these people in these images, and it gets to the point of spooky. But I do see the same pattern of guys making these same mistakes and just taking a person from face value, and they end up in these type of situations, having to spend more money than you really expected to, whether you have the money or you don't have the money. There's people that have tons of money and you take a dollar away from them, they're ready to kill themselves. So it just, you got to be more careful. And there's people with the money that they're with their partners and they can't even trust their partner. So it's like a whole scary living if their partner could get them for the money that they have. God forbid they do something to them. People taking out people life insurance. A lot of weird stuff be going on, man. I don't know if y'all see what's going on, but there's a lot of weird stuff going on. If you can't trust your own partner in your own place, you are not even safe. You need to get out of there quick. I don't talk too much on the Cardi and Offset because I just feel like it's a sad situation. A young couple, and there's always a possibility, being that they have such beautiful kids, that they can get back together and maybe work things out if that maturity level just, maybe enhances or something, or maybe if not, it's just better in these times to just keep it off social media at this point so that people won't put that judgment in there. It's just, man, so many relationships that you thought would work, just Jen and Ben. To me personally, I don't really keep up with people's relationships. From what I've seen and been looking at it now and to look back, I seen the meme, um, the one when Jennifer Lopez, she was like walking in the car and he like kind of slammed the door. I seen that meme. Um, Maybe a few pictures of her in a dress, but never him. And it just seems like, when they say two people are together, but there's just no sparkles about it. Like you could just tell that it's just like you put two people together, y'all look good, and maybe what they once loved, they tried to get back to that, and they couldn't fulfill that. They couldn't get back to the point where they loved each other. Like you can love somebody, but the things that you don't love about somebody just makes the whole situation where you can't be with that person. And I think that's one of the things that happened there. But because you have both parties in this relationship, they both have money. So let's wipe the money out. They both have that. There was no prenup signed, and who really cares? I think they can work some out. They said she has like some rings and stuff like that she's, I don't know, but so when it really boils down, it's really their connection that they have with each other. It's broken, and for Jennifer, I would say stop going to celebrities. Maybe find yourself somebody that's a behind the scenes. I could see you with maybe somebody behind the scenes that's working hard for this, that could appreciate what you have, and be thankful, grateful for what they have, and y'all can form something. And Ben, I see Ben with a white girl, just living his life on a beach somewhere. I don't feel like, as men, I don't think he's gonna go for like marriage is gonna be the big thing, because it's marriage isn't really the big thing. Marriage is only the big thing when you have things in order and you're willing to build a family. Not marriage is not just a big thing to show how big your ring is. So yeah, I don't know. There's a couple couples out there that's still doing good. I like Sierra and Russ. You got J and B. So there's a couple, couples out there that's doing well and they're sticking to their family stuff, and maybe if something's going on, they're trying to work it out behind the scenes. It's just when you bring it to social media is when it gets messy. It gets messy. But one of these days, man, it's Friday. I gotta get a few things together. I think today, even though I feel like I might get some soup, some chicken soup. What y'all think? I might get some chicken soup. Start the day off with some chicken soup. Oh, this episode is brought to you by InspiredByDreams.shop. We got the latest hoodies, snapbacks, t-shirts. We're gonna have a lot more dope, heavy stuff coming. Wintertime is coming, and we got to get it all together. But I really want to pay you guys to. I might, I feel like just doing it all hoodies, but pay attention to the hoodies. That's what I gotta say. Pay attention to the hoodies. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me see something. So does ASAP have beef with Drake? That's kind of silly. I mean, I think hip hop is just so used to beef. They're just ready to get more beef going. Let's get beef to sell the records. It's like I'm not paying attention to none of that. To be honest with you, I don't care who it is. When it comes to all that beef stuff, I tell you where it's gonna end up. People think that it uplifted the music. Oh, it uplifted the music. They're beefing. It's uplifting. Now, how the music feel? The vibe is gone. People not talking about it, and the vibe in hip hop right now, it's like a lost vibe. Splats of music here and there, but it's because of the same situation I was telling you. I know it's gonna feel good in the middle of the party, but when the party's over and you tipsy and you stumbling out, you can't, your face is on the floor. That's when you're gonna realize was it worth it? No. Start putting out good bodies of music and stop trying to be the only one. Hip hop doesn't need the only one this time. Stop making all these lists who's number one, this and that, and start getting into a group of people that can make a group of good work. Because the more AI is coming in, they're gonna take you rappers' jobs. They're gonna take your jobs. Those AI robots gonna start rapping better than y'all. Y'all keep sitting back and not putting no effort into the music, and one of them AI bots is gonna do more better music than you guys, and it's gonna look crazy. After a while, battle rappers just be sitting there with a laptop and the AI going at the person, going at them. Could be a robot just on stage going at the person, just going at him. You trying to kick your best bars, and he flipping them back, throwing them back at you, because you wasn't skilled enough to go back because you was just playing around with your art. Take it seriously. Take it seriously, man. Shouts out to Unkash. I seen him up early, stay dropping the he had a live up, but I think he took it down because something, some way, somehow, I don't know. It happens to mine sometimes. You get a static or the mic is low. I just feel like they just be playing with the lives. It don't really even matter. As long as you get some of the message out, people can hear it, put their ear to it, hear it. As long as it's worth of value, it'll get to the people. Just keep going, man. I know how it is. Keep going. Today we gonna have a good day. You hear me? Well, yesterday was a good day too, but I'm just saying it's Friday. My man Dame Dash said, I'm gonna sweeten the deal. He said, I'm gonna sweeten the deal and throw two Rockefeller chains on it. I said, my goodness, let it go, man. Let it go. But he do need, he won his paper. He won his paper. And my whole thing, it must have been some type of big grudge where they couldn't, if they couldn't settle out, it means that they couldn't even face to face each other and do business. So that is a wrap. That's a wrap. It's a shame, but that's a wrap. That's a wrap. Damn shame. Never let money be the main thing, man. Never let money be the main thing. Always make it about family. Don't just say family and how this and that just to get yourself to a certain place and take off. No, really mean family for real. And a lot of these times people are very tricky with that because they do good for people. Not saying they shouldn't do good for people, but they run this way, do good for a person that you still have people that you owe to do good for, but you run at them and do good for them to make yourself look like you're doing good for somebody, but you left these people here. So it leaves a grudge with people. People know better than that in these times. A lot of trickery in hip hop people like to go around with, man. I just thank God that I don't have to go through those routes or have to go through those routes of trying to get somebody to listen to your art and them prejudge you. And it's just the whole setup is just, it's whack. The whole setup is whack. Trust me, the whole setup is whack. It needs rearranging, and I feel like, you know what I was thinking the other day that would be really good for hip hop though. But this is a move. When I say this move, this is only a move for the big dogs in hip hop. When I say this, why doesn't hip hop have like a Jay Z or maybe a Rockefeller Bank or like a Beyonce Bank? Why do they have to do stuff that they're taking food out of the people coming up mouth? Like they look at the community, what are they doing? And I'm gonna do it too, do it better. No, why can't y'all do the big stuff and let the people in the community do that stuff to build themselves up? Why can't we have some hip hop banks? You know why? Because y'all don't use this. You know who uses this for y'all? Y'all lawyers. And you're not fooling anybody. Stop using your lawyer's work and start using the same brains y'all use to put out your art. Use that same brain to big up your people. There should be hip hop banks, hip hop malls. It's hip hop, but no, everybody has this like greedy look of well, we just need something to bring in money. No, you're not going to bring in any money if the economy falls. The biggest of companies, they fell. The insurance rates are sky high in these places. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? You got to get next to the bankers. They don't. You need a regular person to tell you that. Hurry up! Hurry up! Use your brain, man. Damn. It's like the lack of education and the people not championing education. That's why you're stuck there. That's why every time you get a little piece of something, they keep pulling you down and turning it into half. We don't like to see that because the youth looking up know that when they get to those numbers, they're gonna have problems. It's because of your mistakes. Start doing the right thing like Spike Lee and stop trying to just dress up like it, and start being real with your people because people could read you guys from like it's you guys are not fooling anybody. The people that's putting the real work out there, not just throwing a book in your face that's for you to buy something. All that nonsense needs to get out of here. I told you. That's one of the videos that I put up. That's the one that's getting the most numbers. People scamming people. I'm like, wow, people really care, and there are also people out there that's victims. Don't let me ever catch you coming out putting some nonsense like that out because people on social media call you out for that stuff. You're robbing your own people, so don't be mad when your people sneak behind your back and rob you. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Be ready. Like you said you would be. Be ready. You did all the talk. Be ready. Just be ready for that. Do good by people, man. That's what this Friday is about. Do good by people. Stop the fake energy, all the fake this, fake that. It ain't adding up. It ain't adding up. Your bank account is not matching your happiness. We see your bank account up there, but your smile is like halfway. You can't even get it up. You can't. You need strings to hold up your smile, man. Take the strings off your back. Then people got connected to you and put it to your smile and pull it up. And do good by people and stop trying to take from people. Stop poisoning your own people too. Let me see some more hip hop. I want to see more hip hop artists and people out there with some energy drinks and good stuff for the people instead of this nonsense. Take it like how you want to take it. Just don't bring it over here. And that's what I got for these people, man. Because it's like they're blinded. Life is not just a party, just because you provide the music. The music you provide can also uplift people. And it's sad in the black community, we can't even trust each other. That's the trick that everybody knows. That's how they keep pitching us and throwing us pigeon seeds and nonsense, and people grabbing at the little bit they have, but it's not substantial. And that's the trick. They know you're going to be back in the hole after they give you this because you don't have the right education to double it or even triple it, quadruple it. So you sit in a place where you're stuck. It don't matter. I know no matter how much they throw you, it could throw you $1 million, you'll mess it up. I know what it is. I see how they got you. They want you to buy up a whole bunch of stuff so your money's in some stuff. They feel like you ain't even gonna live long. See the youth coming up, they feel like they don't have a long time to live because they're seeing all the people that's passing away on the daily. You think they have a long life to live mindset? No, the youth are getting more comfortable with that short-term life. They're adapting to dying at an early age. Don't you see what's going on? You think that all of this nonsense that's been going around is scaring the youth? It's not scaring the youth. They're getting involved and they going face first. They're running towards it. That's not pushing them back. They're running towards it because they don't know what's next. They don't know about a longer life. The longer life that they see from their parents, they don't see it at all. It looks bad to them. Their parents are in the same struggles that they once was from before. So what makes you think that they're going to give it a shot? They're going to give it a shot. They're going to give it a shot. You can't stop the youth by just saying stop and don't give them something. You can't do that. Because after they stop, they're going to start again and keep starting again. That's why I say it don't matter who's in office. If whatever word they said that they're going to do, if they don't do it, they're in trouble. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. And I'm not talking about, oh, wait till 4 years to happen. No, I'm talking about people want to see it now. They don't want to hear a couple months, this, no, want to see it now, or it's going to keep going and going and going. This is not the time to pull the bandages out. This is the time to have actual solutions. So whatever you say you're going to do, I hope you do it. That's all I'm saying. Whatever you say you're gonna do, I hope you do it. Cause people are gonna, the people that's back there, they gonna do it. They're gonna do it. They're gonna go. They're gonna go. No matter how many bodyguards you have, how many cameras you got up, how many people you have in the way, they're gonna do it. They're gonna meet you where you want to be met. And if you don't understand these types of things in life, you'll realize how you treat people. The bigger it gets, the bigger it gets. That stays in people, and they carry that on with life, and they become defensive or victims if they become victims of hurt, whatever happens in the street. How many people daily do you see passing away? I heard the other day somebody say, "Oh, you know, people are living longer." This, no, they're not. Oprah and them people know the numbers. Y'all making it up. People are dying 10 years earlier. 10 years. And you know what that's from? The food, the people not wanting to solve things, people doing things the faster way and coming to these solutions their own way. And people not giving a fuck about nobody. That's why. Don't let them fool you about, oh, people living longer. No, they're not. The food that was from before and not is not the same food now. Every day in the news, you read about different types of foods that have been poisoned. Answer me. Why is that? Things get poisoned when people are doing tests on other things and they get contaminated like that. Everybody don't even know, but somebody one time in their life ate a food that they thought was a certain food and it was probably fake and they don't even know it. Here go the good thing about it. They can make the volume go up and down on this. My words are valuable enough for people to go like this to the phone and listen. So it don't matter. When you speak from here, just let it go. And that's the difference. Forget about coming on YouTube and making these videos. Oh, you can make $100 million off of this if you read this book, and at the end you have to sign your name here. Forget about that. Tell your truth. Stop listening to all these fake gurus about this real estate and how they can do this and do that and build up the home. No, 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 no. They want to take what you got and try to triple it instead of teaching you how to triple it for yourself. Be careful of these people. Your own people. It be your own people. It's not them white people out there that you point your finger at and thinking it is. Though that's been a story told to you to fool you, just like snitching. It's your own people that do it to you. Because your own people is the ones that want to go with those people. They feel like they got the blueprint, so they'll do anything to get to there, and they'll do it to their own people. Be careful of the people you're around. It's your own people. It's sad, but it's a reality. The reality of it is you have to be well enough and mindful enough to know the people you keep around you. That's it. That's the key to that whole thing. See these people, like, I got a whole bunch of friends, this and that. Yeah, you got a whole bunch of friends. You got a whole bunch of enemies too. Where they at? The people that you say are your friends. They don't care nothing about you. When you was down, they didn't care. They did their own thing. You have to be careful of the people you keep around you. I'm gonna leave you with that, guys, and make sure you check out the videos that I dropped today. They crazy. These guys out here on the download, they arguing, bickering. First thing they doing, they fighting with each other. Next minute, you know, they sleeping with each other. I don't know what's going on, but all I know is something is going on, and you guys got to be very aware of these people. Stay away from them, man, because when they're around the people that don't play that, it get different. All right, love you guys. Y'all stay blessed, man, and stay close to your family, close to people that you trust, and then keep your value up, man. Keep your value up. Put your money into things that's gonna make your value go up, and always help people if they need the help, and you can help them. All right, love y'all, and I'll get back up with y'all Monday. All right, peace.